Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So I found it so interesting. Some of the comments that I saw across social media, in the comment section of some of our latest videos, also in our Discord server, comments from Devin Haney fans talking about Ryan Garcia and the fact that he didn't look the same. The power level wasn't there. The speed wasn't there. It was all about performance enhancing drugs and ostarine, all these different things. And yet we did not see any commentary from these Devin Haney fans in regards to his performance. I even saw something come from a well-known boxing outlet on YouTube. I won't say the name because I don't believe in all this boxing beef, but they support Devin Haney and made no mention of Devin Haney's performance, yet they commented on PEDs and Ryan Garcia's performance. So let's talk about Devin, because I would tell you right now, and I want to look into the camera very clearly. As a matter of fact, let me make sure I'm really focusing in when I say this. Devin Haney is done at the elite level. It's over with. Because when you look at what Devin Haney did last night, he looked absolutely shell shocked. He looked like damaged goods. He looked like a shot fighter. He was still getting caught with left hooks. Devin Haney would have still lost to the same version of Ryan Garcia we saw last night, because it had nothing to do with lack of power or speed. Rolly Romero simply took away the only punch that we all know Ryan Garcia has, and Devin Haney has admitted to. Here's the problem with Devin and why he's done at the elite level. He was always simply a weight bully. A big lightweight who was really a welterweight fighting that lightweight. Doesn't have power, doesn't have the requisite defense really at 147. And when he was at 135, he had the ability to just simply use reach and size to stay away from his opponent. Struggled to do that against Lomachenko, and Lomachenko was able to land. But when you get to 147, where fighters are going to be of similar size in terms of reach and height, you will have serious problems. And that is what he has demonstrated since he moved up to 140. He was able to defeat Regis because Regis is a smaller 140 pounder. But at 147, when you talk about Barrios, when you talk about Boots, when you talk about guys like even Ryan Garcia, hell, Rolly would have beat him. Rolly beats him. You think he could just sit around and just keep running around the ring like that? He looked terrible. Absolutely terrible. He has nothing to keep an opponent off of him at 147 pounds. His only option right now, and I guarantee you over the next couple of weeks, you will hear him consistently and continuously call out Ryan Garcia, because that's his best option. And I'm here to tell you, if they were to fight again, he's going to lose to Ryan Garcia again, because styles makes fights, and Ryan will be able to reach him from range. It's just as simple as that. It's really just that simple. Styles makes fights, and Ryan will be able to reach him from range. There is nobody else that I give him a legitimate shot. Maybe Barrios. Maybe he can beat Barrios, but Barrios has a little pop. Boots destroys him. Brian Norman Jr. destroys him. He doesn't have the pop. He doesn't have the requisite defense. He doesn't have like that skill level, honestly. And people are going to come on here and they're going to say, Greg, you're hating. You just hate Devin Haney. I don't hate Devin. Actually, I like Devin. I've always liked Devin. And Jay can attest to this. I used to say before we even had a channel, Jay, there's something missing with Devin. He looks like he should be this, but it's not materializing in the ring. There's gaps in the defense. He has a nice jab, but he doesn't have the requisite skills. He looks like he should have the defense, but he gets caught with the shots. You know, the hand's not placed when it needs to be placed. Those types of things. And it was evident last night that, you know, now he doesn't even have the psyche. You know, it's bad when you don't have the skill set, but now he doesn't even have the psyche. I saw last night a fighter that didn't even believe. I mean, he seriously tried to stay away from Ramirez, and I haven't known Ramirez to have incredible knockout power or anything of that nature. So, I Devin is done. I suspect Devin has 2 to 3 fights before you see something, unless some really good matchmaking occurs, which I don't know if it even can right now, because Devin is at a level where he's looking for specific dollars, and they're going to move him more aggressively in my mind. And then he's not even with a promoter, and I don't think Bill understand matchmaking like that. But unless some really good matchmaking happens, or there's something that fortuitous happens for Devin, I foresee Devin having some serious issues moving forward as his body grows and he can no longer make these lower weight classes. 140 is done. He's done at 140. He can't fight at 140 no more. He struggled to make the weight. I don't care what it is that he says. He can say whatever it was that he wanted to say about this fight and his ease of making the weight. I think Robert Garcia is right when he said that they wanted to change the weight. So there's nothing else no one can tell me about it. Devin probably needs to be at 150. It wouldn't surprise me if Devin needs to move up to 154 in probably the next 24 months. He's a big guy. He looked big last night. Ryan looked huge last night. But it's just so interesting that the focus was on how Ryan looked from Devin Haney fans, yet Devin looked like absolute trash last night. And there's no comments on that. Looked like a shot fighter. He's done. He's absolutely done. And I'm not saying that Ryan is in any better position, but I do think styles make fights. Ryan needs to get in the lab and develop something other than a left hook. That's his huge problem. Devin's huge problem is he has virtually no power. I didn't see anything. I didn't see any improvements in the ring last night. There was an interview with Shane Mosley after the fight, and Shane was like, there could be things that can. Shane knew he looked like shit. He's not dumb. He knew that wasn't a good performance. We all know that it's not a good performance, and he knows that there has been no improvement from fight to fight to fight. And I'm not going to include the last fight, but even the fight before that and the fight before that, there has been no improvement in Devin Haney over the last 5 fights. He's the same fighter. He looked the same, and I think we're going to see something unfortunate happen to Devin over the next 2 to 3 fights once he has to fight a true welterweight. So you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, M Sports Media, and I am out.